Lockdown is about a group of students stuck in a classroom during a possible school intruder situation. They don't know if there's an actual intruder in the hallway or if it's just a drill, and the show walks you through certain events that highlights characters going through changes, going through anxiety, going through despair, and left alone to fend for themselves.
Adam is a kid that is friends with Tyler, more of his clique of people. He follows in his footsteps. He's trying to stay calm. He's looking at he's going off what everybody else is doing, just trying to stay calm, just relax, trying to be cool, he's not afraid of anything. He's very should I leave? If I leave I might die, but if I stay here I might die too, so either way he doesn't know what to do. He's very freaked out. And towards the end of the show, he comes to realize that, we could actually die. This is on ourselves now.
Hey, bomb threat! Intruder in the schools! Little kids take it from their classrooms! And us! We hunt each other!
I think it's really interesting how the show depicts how teenagers act when there's a lack of leadership. Because in the show, after Karsh leaves, there's no real leader.
People start coming at each other because one person starts trying to be a leader and trying to help everybody out. Another person starts trying to do the same thing. It's just all together, it just creates chaos because they don't know what to do.
We have the drills so often, and I feel like this show shows how serious it can be. It's like your mind is split into two separate sections because one part wants to leave and go to safety, but at the same time they want to stay.
Several times in the show people try to leave, but they just can't really bring themselves to do it.
It's hard to think about what you would do in real life because that's kind of something that you don't know until you are actually there.
I hope that people come away thinking not only can this happen every day, but this can happen to everyone.
One thing for me I'm going to take away is that us being unified and sticking together is one of the most important factors of it.
Something can happen at any time. So I want them walking away from the show dang, this could actually happen to my kid, or I should start thinking about this more often.
I hope the audience realizes that this is a very controversial subject and it can be hard to talk about, but it's something that needs to be discussed. We have things like the ALICE training that do help and are implemented, but definitely the conversation, starting that and making kids and adults kind of aware that this is very real, and we can make students still aware and still feel safe and not necessarily live in fear and have the ignorance.
So what we're doing is we're going to do a really cool kind of moment of silence for schools and universities that have been affected by special needs. When the show
I actually was involved in this show last year at CTL and absolutely fell in love with it. I fell in love with the subject matter and fell in love with the idea that we need to push for it and we need to make people aware. And I immediately thought Williamsport needed to hear this message and needed to see it for themselves, what the possibilities could happen if we don't start having these conversations and we don't start making people informed.
All right, ready?
Yeah. Who am I looking at?
Here's the deal. I would try out for Sloan's show if she came to ski club. Never came to ski club.
Okay.
Period.